Sorry. Hey, everybody. There we go. Can I sing? I will sing you the most beautiful song. Let me sing you a song. Woo, baby. There you go. How's that? How's everybody doing? So, sorry. I originally was going to play... Sorry, let me mute this. Can everyone hear me and see me okay? I did not check this stuff the best. Guitar Man, Fat Philosopher, hey, RNA Music, Landon, 5 Watt World, yo, who this is? I saw the Juggernaut, dude. Thank you so much, leading the charge before I was even here with the super chat, man. Thank you. So that RB, loving your courses. The Rutbuster economy picking is a game changer. That is putting so much into those lessons. Aw, dude, thank you so much. I appreciate that very, very much, man. If anybody's interested in those lessons, hold off another week before you spend any of your money on those, because those will be on sale. We haven't done a sale since October or November. I can't remember when the last one was. And I look a little bit green. My color coordinating expert is not up here. I don't know how to make me not look green. But, dude, thank you so much for the super chat. And like I said, anyone else who's interested in the courses, just hang out until next week on those. Crystal! Hey! Should be in bed. But, yo, Fat Philosopher, I always appreciate you being here, man. I was originally going to play the Gold Top, but what happened was I picked the SG up for a minute, and you guys can tell me, is that melody stolen? Because I just kind of I just started playing that. The whole thing, whatever I just played for you was a little bit different because I was just improvising. But I was just kind of sitting there and I was like, and then. Aw, dude. Mr. 5 Watt World. Dude, enjoy the sun, man. Can you play the Les Paul Custom this stream? Sure. It is sitting over there. I'm actually, I haven't said too much because I was going to talk to Paul first about it. But I'm actually going to sell the Les Paul Custom just because it's the issue. It's the same issue with why I sold the Vintage S, is the guitar that it goes up against is my KM, and my KM always wins. So it just ends up sitting there. And I'm like, man, that guitar, and it's the same reason Paul sold it. He's like, he had started playing a Strat and all these other guitars. He's like, that guitar deserves to be played. So it's, it kind of makes me sad, it just sitting there not getting used. I want to do better about that stuff. Did you better make a real song before someone steals it? I'm sure that, obviously it's very influenced by Trademark. What's the Eric Johnson song? It's got the whole 6/8, kind of bounce to it. Josh says, I just bought an SG a few months ago. It's supposed to get here this week. Dude, I'll tell you what, man. I've truly loved this. Of course, since I'm loving this guitar so much, the next video I'm going to make is 5 things I hate about SGs. So. Guitarful Dexter says, how do you get so many views? You know what, man? It's just making lots of content for lots of years. There's lots of channels that get way more views than I do. And I think when you're making videos and just on YouTube, you have to learn how to be like appreciative of whatever views you get. Whether it's lots or, everyone starts out getting very few views to none at all. And then you kind of like gradually start getting more and more. And just, I'd say recommend that you always be appreciative of any views at all. What does SG stand for? Well, I have some friends who don't like SGs who have a couple of different things for it, but SG stands for solid guitar. What was that? There's like a huge boom. SG means Sahana guitar. Yeah, I've heard people call it other things. As far as I know, it's called solid guitar. Some people would call it student guitars, which I don't think that's ever what it stood for. Too bad Keith isn't here right now. He would probably know the answer, the official answer. Spanish. I wouldn't think it would mean Spanish guitar. I could see like ES. Obviously, that's electric Spanish. But I guess it could. And they're all Spanish guitars, aren't they? Standard guitar? Could be. House is haunted. It might be. Apirus would do that noodling you were doing earlier. Yeah, it was. But except what was kind of funny is it was just written on this guitar. So usually when an idea is inspired by a guitar, I just kind of like write it out on whatever guitar it was that inspired it. I don't play slide much. Originally got a 61 reissue and can't stop playing it. That's awesome. A lot of people ask me why I didn't get the 61, and I just like the bigger pickguard, to be honest. That was it. Total aesthetic choice for me. No real deep meaning behind it. Yeah, SG, sexy grandma. Now I do it left-handed. I have a hard enough time playing right-handed. Fender or Gibson? I don't have a preference of either one. It's whatever guitar gets the job done is the best one, I think, in my opinion. I'm trying to think. I think I have just as many Fenders as I do Gibsons. So right down the center for me, I like them both. Ever use a looper to jam with? Why not now? I do. I don't have a looper here right now. That's the issue. I'm extremely technology, handicapped when it comes to learning how to like operate stuff. You're lucky I can even like go live on here. Guitar stuff I seem to understand pretty well. Anything past that, I'm just not good. Gibson or Chipson? Nah, man. You know the answer to that. When you're working on learning a lick, or look, RNA, my man. My buddy Ryan said, when you're working on learning a lick or riff for speed, how many times do you play it before slightly speeding it up? It all depends, like whatever you're working on. Like I get to where I can play it consecutively, like multiple times in a row with zero mistakes is how I want to be able to play it. Like if I'm trying to learn something note for note, then that's whenever you need to adopt the mindset of it needs to be perfect. Like, 90% of the time, I don't really care if I learn anything note for note. I'll just take a lick. But if I'm working on a lick, like that's the lick, I want to get to where I can play that. First thing I always do, man, is I figure out what is the maximum speed that I can play something at where I can play it consecutively. Like, I could play it too fast and quickly figure out, like, I can't play it that fast. So then I'd be like, okay. I'd say that's probably, like, pretty close to, like, maxing out as far as getting it clean where I'm picking it all. I'm not a good pick everything person. I typically would go like, and I do kind of the combination. And once I get it down, then I just slowly like tweak the metronome, little bit by little bit. Like that you're talking about. You're learning that walk solo. I don't remember what key that song. Is he in D or D stand? I don't remember. Les Paul's 50s or 60s. I'm not a big fan of the 60s neck on Les Paul's, to be honest. A little bit small. A little bit small for my hands. I have fairly, beefy hands. I find smaller necks, I've talked about this a bunch, so it probably sound like a broken record, but smaller necks hurt my hand because I play with my thumb over the neck so much, and when I have to like crimp my hand down real tiny, it makes my thumb hurt. So I like, it doesn't have to be like a huge neck, but a lot like my Charvel, the Crackle, if you've seen that one. The neck's so small on it, it hurts my hand to play for too long. But I just like that guitar, so I keep it. How's the neck on that? It's pretty chunky. It's a pretty big old neck. So I think that's one of the things I like about it most is the neck. neck on. Yeah, so like the blue acacia that Luke won. Luke is the winner of the blue acacia I had. That is about as thin of a neck as I can handle. That and my CE24. Anything thinner than that, like the Ibanez Wizard necks, they're like thin and wide. It's just a death sentence for my hands. They do not like it. Neck profile is a purist wide fat neck. Yeah, I don't really know like too many neck profiles. Like I don't know the names of any of them. My hands just know right away. I'm like, eh. Hey Joe, hello Robert. How's life treating you? It's going pretty good, man. Getting a little bit more back to normal. I hope you're doing good, man. Vandy Man is working on his hair tone. Always. That's the most important tone, right? Uh-oh. Got someone from Indiana calling me. I'm just going to guess that you're a scam. So I'm going to go ahead and end that. What's your opinion on Music Man next? I like those a lot. I had that... What did I have here? I did a video on it. The Stingray. I think I had a Stingray here. And the neck was really comfortable. It was like roasted maple. It's my top 5 guitars. I was thinking about, making a video on that, actually. What do you think of Gretsch guitars? I think they're cool, man. I was just looking around at pawn shops the other day, and there's a cool 62 Gretsch in one of them, but they just wanted way too much for it, unfortunately. And it looked nice. The binding looked good on it. It had the wrong pickups. So luckily, thankfully, I know someone who knows a thing or two about Gretches. I'm on the wrong thing. And he was telling me that those particular pickups in this one, I really want something with Filtertrons, and these weren't Filtertrons. They're Hilotrons, I think is what he called them. So it was, he said it was a little bit too steep for what that guitar was. So I just bowed out. They did have some other cool stuff, though. I found this really cool at another store. It was a parts caster telly. It's really, really cool. It's like a 50 style, like 5 or 6 hole guard on it. I can't remember. But it was cool. Can I do a guitar collection video? I did one not that long ago. I guess I have gotten some different guitars since then and sold some. So maybe we'll do another one. Maybe that'll be like a yearly video. Streeler's the only one who calls me from Indiana. Yeah, I don't think they're on Saturdays, are they? Maybe they are. I have something we're working on. If it works out, man, it'll be one of the coolest things that we've ever done on the channel. And it's a sponsored thing with Sweetwater, but the concept is geared more towards you guys getting stuff so much than me, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, Barrett, thank you so much for the super chat, man. He says, Robert, love the videos and lessons that you share. Have you ever done evaluations and helped a student plan their next course outside of your available courses online? Not so much recently. I used to offer Skype lessons and do all that stuff to students, and we would work out different things. Some people in the chat here have taken lessons from me in the past. I'm trying to get this screen back up. Here we go. And that we would, but not so much nowadays, unfortunately. No, I do get asked a lot about the individual lessons, which is always super, you know, humbling that anyone even wants to learn anything from me. But yeah, at this time I don't do anything like that, man. But thank you so much for the super chat, dude. Afternoon, Steven. Yo, my Adam D. What do I think about double humbucker Ibanez guitars like the RGA42 or, man, I don't know, a single Ibanez model because they got the craziest names. But I like double humbucker guitars. I prefer a single coil in the neck. The only double humbucker guitar, actually I guess there's two now, that I really, really like is both of my PRSs. And I like my Cali a lot. Those two are really, really good. But a lot of times a humbucker in the neck is not my favorite. I much prefer single coil. Like this one. Like I don't hate this. But I much prefer the snappiness of a single coil. It's like right there. It's like as soon as you hear the two notes, it's just there's such a pop and a bloom to a single coil. And these are obviously P90s, so a little bit different than when I'm thinking of single coil. I'm thinking of like a Strat pickup. But I don't know how to play Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. Oh, snap! Mike is here! Dude, China, CGS, China Guitar Skeptic. How are you doing, buddy? Love the PRS video this week. Aw, thank you, man. Yeah, it's funny, like, with those videos, is there's always the comments. Paid shill! Yes. Yes, I paid myself by buying these guitars to make a video to promote for them. Yeah, you know what? This is all making sense how this works. P90 sound way better than a regular single coil. Yeah, like I said, you know, it all depends, you know. They just, I don't know, like that single coil in the neck, man. What would the next chord be? I never play in the key of C, but today I will. Oh, hold on. Oh, duh, F, not F sharp. Anyways, problem with P90s is they look ugly. Man, I thought P90s looked ugly for so long, and I don't know what happened, and I just loved them all of a sudden. It's so weird. I thought they were the ugliest pickup in the world. I didn't want anything to do with them, and then I played them, and then I was like, all right, you might be ugly, you might be a bugaboo, but you sound so good. Get a calculator and fix yourself. Thank you for the super chat and the awesome name. It says they're asking tip on remembering what notes sound like. Well, I think one of the most important things as far as learning what a note sounds like is learn what your thirds sound like. You know, it's so crucial to understand where the third is and whatever you're playing, because your third controls everything. You know, an example I show people a lot is, so think like your chord right here, like this A. Well, we can do anywhere, but we'll just do A. Okay? Now, which one is your third in there? Okay? So which one's your C sharp? Right there, you know. And learn, first you gotta tune your guitar. That A was sounding funky. Learn how everything sounds against your root, you know? Okay? Okay? I think that helps a lot is finding your root, your tonal center, and how do the notes sound? Like, you know, you should, that harmonizing factor, you know, or that's such a crucial component, because like I said, if you wanted to be minor, suspended, maybe like a sus4, you know. Another thing is, you know, just memorizing your chords of the progression. Oh, sorry. Of course, the fifth is major. Fifth could be minor, though. I mean, that's a good one to go. Minor 5. The Nashville chord. So lots of stuff, you know, learn that kind of stuff, and you don't need like lots of theory to get it, but I think that stuff helps a lot. And then what I did was I started to learn, and this is something I learned from Joe Satriani, is I learned what my modes sounded like all against one tonal center. You know, like a lot of times when we teach modes, like if you wanted to play all the mode shapes, again, it depends on what you're playing it over, but if it would go like this. So like if we were playing like G Ionian, A Dorian, I messed that one up. Then you go to B Phrygian. Okay, then you go to C Lydian. Mixed Lydian, or D Mixed Lydian. E Aeolian. And then Locrian, which no one uses ever. Just kidding, people use Locrian. But when you do it that way, it doesn't sound like anything. None of them sound distinct, do they? They all sound exactly the same. And the way I learned all this stuff is I did it over E, because I just wanted to drone my E note. Okay? Now you can hear big differences when you're playing this stuff over the single tonal centers. I'm not going to move around. I'm going to play everything in one spot. Okay? So then let's do, that was E Ionian. Okay. Well, what if we did E Dorian? Okay. What if we did E Lydian? You start hearing the characteristics, like what makes Lydian Lydian. Did I say Lydian before? I meant to say Lydian on the last one. You know, what's the sound of that raised fourth? What's like all these different things? You know, that's really. Okay. there you have it. I can't remember what the original question was, but hopefully there was something answered in there. Faceless? I don't know any faceless. A lot of that's Wes Hauck did a lot of faceless stuff, didn't he? Just realized Robert's delay is set to perfect. Yeah, I love this stereo sound on that delay. Oh snap, Arthur, back over here being a boss. He said, well, Robert, well, looky there, a little something for the rockin' and rollin', dude. Arthur, thank you so much, man. This song's called "Little Something for the Rockin' and Rollin'." When you wake up in the morning, what you gonna do? I don't know, a little something for rockin' and rollin'. I'm not warmed up for anything fast. Dude, thank you as always, Arthur. Should you learn theory? You know, I think theory's great as long as you know how to turn it off. I think that's the ultimate thing. Me and my wife were talking about that. Is the reason why some people say, like, don't learn theory, don't, whatever. You know, theory is meant to help, but I think theory is not meant to dictate. And I think that's what happens a lot of times. A lot of times we get caught up learning theory and it dictates what we want. And I think the best theory you could ever learn is ear theory. Like, what is your ear telling you to go to? Because sometimes the best chord for the situation, you know, might be... You know, that might not be theoretically correct to go to that note. But if it, you know, I always try to live by what, you know, Eddie said. If it sounds good, it is good. So, and I just call it ear theory. So your ear has to be able to sometimes cancel out theory, because music is sound, not numbers, not anything other than sound. So make sure that you always let that come first. But I think theory is helpful, you know. Oh man, Jose said, could you do a... thank you for the super chat, man. He said, could you do a quick jam around the Zepp Bring It On Home riff? Loved the jam you did around the riff a few vids back. The recent PRS video was great. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't remember that next riff. The next riff is really, really cool. If someone hasn't learned it. I learned it a long time ago, but I don't remember it now. That's one of the coolest things I ever stole from Jimmy Page, is that major bend over the minor pentatonic. A lot of times you guitarists do this. Okay, so you have that thing going on. But what Page is doing is he's holding down his major third. Okay? So instead of going to the minor third, like we normally do, he goes to the major. Which is almost that Mixolydian kind of sound. Your pageism for the day. Put my first Gibson 60 standard. I'm a PRS guy though. Oh, you're in for a treat, man. You know, I always say, you know, a PRS is really interesting because it fixes a lot of the things that are wrong. Not wrong, but like maybe not the best on a Les Paul. But the kind of the caveat of that whole thing, or caveat, whatever the word is that sometimes you don't want those things fixed. You know, so sometimes I want to play the PRS, which is a much more smooth and overall just a smooth playing guitar, smooth sounding guitar. But sometimes you need something that only a Les Paul can do. You know, so sometimes you don't want the perfected version of something. So both are great, you know. You sold your Les Paul? I'm Oh, you know what? Is Luke still here? I told Luke I would play this one. I'm actually selling my Les Paul, not this one. The gold top is a for sure stayer. I play that gold top so much, man. Steve, dude, do you have a gold top with P90s? We might have just stumbled upon something there. I do declare. This puppy is not in tune. Not sure if Luke's still here or not. He was asking to... Bought an Eastman. Like the Eastman better? That's awesome, man. I need to try those Eastmans. That name just keeps popping up. Here we go. Thing 60s though with the slimmer neck. Yeah, you might like the slimmer neck on those, man. I don't like the 60s necks on Les Pauls. Les Paul equaled country in my mind. Go top is an Eastman. Oh, wow. I did not know that, man. How about some higher gain? Yo, we've been a little bit too chill this stream. High gain in your face. So much more compressed sounding. Sing. Is the volume? Hey, now. Wait just a minute. Now, I had this guitar fixed. Next being funky on it. I'll take it back in there. There we have it. Now let me go. Let's switch guitars again. Got a real... Uh-oh. Oh, man. Hold on. Steve is sending me something. What did you do? I won't say what it is. Oh! Dude. Yes. Do you remember, man? I fell in love with one of those at... What was it? GitCon. They're so fun. And I played one of those the whole time I was in Germany. So those things are killer. Andy John says, Robert, would you recommend the Rev G20 as a first tube amp coming from a Katana? I would. I saw your other comment, the D20. Of the two, I personally prefer the D20 with pedals, just because I think coming from the Katana, you're going to want pedals with it, and I think the D20 takes pedals a little bit better than the G20. I think you can't go wrong. Like, if you want just an amp where you don't plan on using pedals and all that kind of stuff, you just want great distortion and a clean if you want it, then go G20. If you're planning on using, like, delays, pedals, I mean, it has an effects loop and all that stuff in it, I would really go D20. What do I think about Marty Schwartz? Marty's great. I have no issue with Marty. I think Marty seems like a cool dude. I don't know him. I've seen him at different like NAMMs and stuff like that, but I've never met him or spoke to him. Oh, the fretboard conditioner, I don't even know what it's called. It's by Gobi Labs. It's honestly just something that Dylan over at Jose gave me. I'd never conditioned my fingerboards before. And then I got a few guitars that had dry ones, and that's just what I had. So I don't have any kind of like secret stuff that I like or anything along those lines. Mr. Baker, please, sir, a moment of Nuno. Guitar's out of tune. Am I going to Summer NAMM? I don't know. That seems so soon. I'll have to see, you know. I wish, I don't know if it's in tune or not. Let me see. The Les Paul is a little bit too meaty to get that Nuno tone. If this thing's in tune, which it got cold again. I can't remember it. How does it go? I don't remember it. Ah. Too many things. Going to Indiana Guitar Show by any chance? No, I won't be over there. I won't be going over there. I've never been to that one though. Just let muscle memory take over and solo will appear. I know that's kind of what I had to do, but I'm just like I've never learned the beat at solo. That, you know, it's such an iconic solo, but it was never one of my favorite Eddie solos, oddly enough. So like I never. At one point, I wanted to learn it for a video, to do a video about it, but you know, of all the iconic Eddie solos, that was never really one that I ever really wanted to learn. As odd as that might sound, being such an Eddie fan. would you ever consider building a kit guitar? Probably not. Don't see it as often. Yeah, no, it's right over there. The reason why you haven't seen it or the Cali as much. I keep the Cali tuned down a half step, but I've been doing videos geared towards a very particular guitar, like about Strats or Tellys or SG, all that kind of stuff. And for lesson videos, these guitars it's hard for people to see the dots. They're very small, so they don't get used as much in those. But no, the Telly the T style is definitely still here. This one's still here. I don't know any Buckethead, I'm afraid. And thank you for the compliment, but I don't know any Buckethead. Need to tune up? Probably. It was barely out. Oh, Brad, thank you so much, man. Buy your child some Easter junk food on me. Thank you very much, Brad. He's pumped. He's, for his birthday was last week. And, one of his birthday presents, that one's still not here. It's delayed. But, was he got a baseball pitching machine. And we've all been having fun with that. So I think after I get done here, we're probably going to go outside and play more baseball. He's excited. This is his first year being on a team, so. You need to learn learn the crossroads thing, man. Oh. That's definitely one of those things I can't think about. I just have to play it. You out of here, Landon? Thank you so much for hanging out, dude. Landon's got some cool stuff on his channel. We have some cool stuff on there already, but cool stuff coming up. So make sure you check out Landon's channel. I don't think the first riffs and solos you ever learned, the way you started playing guitar. First thing I ever learned was the classic Smoke on the Water, with one finger on the high E string. But the first solo and one of the first riffs I could ever play, which was actually a tough riff to start with, but it introduced like one of the harder chords, like B minor. I learned how to palm mute from that song. And that was also one of my first that was the first solo I ever learned. So that first Three Doors Down album and the first Creed album were so crucial, at least for me, because the stuff was pretty easy to learn and it was so inspiring. Yeah, what is happening? Chilla Rooney with posting 1,000 things. There we go. But yeah, so that was like one of the first. That was like so many first came from that one song. I remember I wanted to learn Panama is I remember bringing it in to my guitar teacher, Tim McMillan, the amazing Tim. And it was like, that's a little bit tough to start out. You want to start out learning some Eddie. But, I mean, Eddie is who made me want to play guitar. So, of course, I wanted to, learn Eddie stuff as soon as possible. But he's like, what else do you have, on? And I had a CD that we had made that had, 10 songs on it or whatever. And I was like, oh, I like this one, too. And it was, Kryptonite. I remember I could get it once, through that way. And but going back from that A sus2 to a B minor, just no way. Wasn't happening. It took so long, but it taught me a really important lesson with chording. And what happened is Tim taught me, he's like, build your chords in order of importance. So sometimes you need all your fingers because you're strumming, so you need your fingers to all be there at once. But he's like, look, why are you going like this? He said, why are you trying to put all your fingers down at the same time? He's like, build the chord. And I do that a lot now, and it helps a lot because sometimes you get a really complex chord that you need. A lot of times I'm not jumping to chords all at once. I'm building them, as I'm going. So a lot of times I build the chord in order of importance. What's the first note you're hitting? Start with that one. That needs to be there more than anything. I am a half step down. Yes, I am. Nickelback? Off the top of my head, I can't think. I used to know a lot of Nickelback. There was another important band for me. I assume you mean Muffin Man by Frank Zappa. I played it in a video once. I don't remember it now, though. Kryptonite has a bit of... Yeah, it does. Like I said, it taught me a lot of really important stuff. Inside of that one. The Cronus, oh, that thing is definitely out of tune. Nickelback acknowledged was already... I have there's maybe one or two Nickelback albums I don't own, but I never really got the hate for Nickelback. I mean, every album sounds pretty much the same, which is cool because I mean, I like AC/DC. Their new album came out and it sounds like it could have been an album that came out 20 years ago. And I kind of approach, AC/DC and Nickelback very same terms. You know what you're going to get. You're going to get a couple of, big ballad radio songs, and you're going to get some real heavy ones that'll never be played on the radio. And then you're going to get some, rockin' songs, that's about driving in the car and drinking or something. I mean, you're going to get that on every album. And I'm just appreciative that there's guitar. There's real guitar playing on it. There's, real instruments. So I never really got the incredible hate for Nickelback because I'm like, listen to what's on the radio. I would be super happy if Nickelback was being cranked on all the top 40 stations over, you know, Nicki Minaj or whatever these, you know, computer generated songs are. So I don't know. I was just watching a video by this DJ guy. He was showing how he like builds his own song, which I thought was actually very fascinating. There was a lot more that went into it than what I thought. So it kind of gave me a much more appreciation for kind of like synth music and stuff, because I actually really like listening to synth, you know, new wave and all that stuff. So it helped me appreciate it a lot more, and certainly from a production standpoint, I appreciate that stuff. But you know, if it came down to hearing that stuff or like real musicians playing stuff, I'm like, man, I'd much rather hear like, you know, and the Nickelback stuff always had real good production, like great guitar tones. Lots of times there were solos, maybe not like, not Eddie Van Halen ripping out a solo on there, but when's the last time you heard a solo on a song on the radio? So, oh wow, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Absik? I'm probably butchering that. Thank you very much, man. He says, can you talk about your live setup and how you use amps and monitors on stage? Love from India. Thank you, man. A lot of times nowadays, if I do something live, it's like a clinic situation, and I just use whatever's there. I'm not real picky. A lot of times I would travel with some kind of distortion pedal and a delay pedal, and that was it. Like that. Even whenever I played live in a band, I never used anything more than, you know, like a delay pedal and a distortion pedal or something. A lot of times when I was using my Rev, I didn't even have a distortion pedal. I just used the different gain staging that you can do with that amp for live, because it comes with a pedal board that's really, really unique. And that was pretty much it, man. You know, so monitoring, a lot of the places we played didn't have, they didn't necessarily mic up your stuff, so you just played loud, and it's probably why I have such bad hearing. But it was, you know, and if we were monitoring, I remember different situations where they mic'd stuff, and it was, you know, whatever monitors they had there. So I don't really have. That's radio. But what is it? I don't know what's going on in the chat. Hold on. It's a conspiracy. You're not buying any Novo guitars, Robert? You know, I've wanted to try a Novo for a long time. I've never tried one at all, so that's my issue. Like with buying one, I have different friends, you know, RJ and Rhett, who really love the Novo stuff, and I'd like to try. Like I said, last summer NAMM, I was hoping to try a couple of them. I don't think they had a booth. I think their guitars were at a booth, and I never made it over there to try them. But Spider 2, they probably are good. But yeah, I've never played one, so I'd have to try one first to kind of get the vibe of them. I like that one that Rhett got with the single pickup though. That thing looks cool. Put out the tabs for WAP. Isn't it just, it's like, it's chromatic, isn't it? Tubes. Whoa! Butchered it. Bam! Switch guitars here for a second. Switching guitars! What was I gonna play? It's just gone. Oh. It just vanished. It disappeared. It is no more. Why did I put you in timeout? I did not put you in timeout, but maybe were you posting the same, like, copy and paste a bunch, man? Like, sometimes YouTube is gonna auto flag stuff as spam. What model PRS is it? David, this is a PRS DGT. So I just did a video comparing the two PRS that I own, and the CE24 and this one. So if you're interested in kind of like hearing the two of them, which they're very different, they're not really comparable. The whole point of that video was simply that I get asked so much, which one's better, which one's this, and I'm like, well, they couldn't be more different. You know, this is a set neck mahogany, you know, very remnants of a Les Paul style guitar, almost like a Les Paul Special because the double cutaways. But and the other one is mahogany maple neck bolt on, so very, very different pickups, everything. There we go. Improvising as a player takes a long time, minimum an hour a day practice to notice improvement. It's just my opinion. Yeah, you know, improvising around, it takes a really long time to get to where you can just kind of like, I always say that a guitar player develops flow, and there are some guys that are just so good at it. I think some of the best who, at least they improvise in the way that I like to listen to music. Like, some improvisers are very like complex and complicated and are kind of like over my head. But the guys that I love to listen to are Sean Tubbs. I think Sean is incredible. I think Tom Bukovac is incredible. Tim Pierce, Doug Rappaport. You know, you guys hear me talk about these same four core guys all the time. And I just think that they're so good. You know, I love everything about the way that those guys play. You know, even Tim, he was live earlier today. Hold on one second. Oh, I'm like pulling on the wrong knob. I'm like, why will this not work? Oh, this is the wrong tone. You guys have to let me know if this audio ends up clipping, because this amp is a little bit more fired up than the other one. Turn that down a bit. Turn this up a smidge. There we go. PRS is... I can't remember what I was saying. Checked out the micro pitch pedals? I haven't. No, I have not. Uncle Larry. I'd say Tom's the most musical guitar player ever. You know, I was talking. You know, who was I talking to the other day? I can't remember. But I was saying, you know, it was really funny because it was Michael. I was saying that, you know, Sean Tubbs is one of my favorite guitar players and just a dear friend. But I was like, you know, the only reason I even checked out Sean was there was a company I was doing stuff with, and sorry, Scott Masvidal. I saw your last name, and I was like Jorge Masvidal, but I was doing stuff with a company, and the guy, the rep, was just like going on and on. You gotta check out this guy, Sean Tubbs. I'm like, geez, oh fine, I'll check this guy. Like he would not stop talking about him, and from that day forward, I haven't stopped talking about Sean, and I'm always telling people you gotta go check out Sean. So it's so good, and Space Coast, yeah, you must have missed the part where I said he was a friend of mine. So, yeah, you're going to go ahead and be... yeah, you're going to be hidden. Because the dealing with the dumb comments, nah. But anyways, Sean, you know, I just thought it was funny because from that point on, I was like, I've been always talking about Tubbs and everything, and then I found Rappaport quickly after that and ended up becoming friends with Sean. And Sean was like, you gotta check out this guy, Tom Bukovac. You know, he was telling me to check out Book. And at the time, there wasn't much on there about him. You know, there was I remember a Bad Cat video. He was playing a Les Paul Jr. and a Bad Cat amp, and I was just like, man, this guy is just so musical. I love the way that he played. But there wasn't lots out there, and now obviously he started his YouTube channel, and it's, you know, blown up. And I'm like, it's great because we finally have all this content by someone who's so good. So if you guys haven't checked out any of those guys, Sean Tubbs, Tim Pierce, Doug Rappaport, and Tom Bukovac, go watch their channels, you know, and just learn. Just learn. They do so much stuff. Like, you know, a lot of them, Sean does a lot more demos than lessons, but the fact that we get to hear him play and just break down that stuff. Sorry, some comments are getting blocked that don't need to be blocked. Sean is yes, he is. Sean is such a nice guy. I love Sean. Oh. Watch Sean Tim video earlier. Yeah, man. Huh. Nice sour bend. Hey Zach, what's up, buddy? The Esquire? Yeah, man. I've been plunking around on this old thing. I cracked it pretty good the other day on the desk. Where was it? Can't remember where I hit it. Nothing stays nice for long around here. Every time I pull out the Esquire, it's right around when Keith shows back up. So let's see if the Esquire works its powers. Let's see if Keith appears. Sure, sounds amazing. Dude, I'm telling you what, Steve. You gotta... Steve, have you played a DGT? I will... Sing it from the mountaintops about the DGTs, man. Those pickups are incredible. Ian Mitchell, thank you for the super chat, dude. He said, "Hey Rob, what are your thoughts on coil tapping?" You know, I don't like coil. I don't know what the difference between splitting, tapping, all that stuff is. I pretty much have never liked it. Other than on the, and not to keep riding the PRS train right now, but I've only ever liked it on my CE24 and that DGT that you were just hearing a minute ago. That was coil split. Those are the first coil splitting humbuckers I've ever liked. Not a DGT. Steve, you would love, man, would you? It has a slimmer neck than like the Customs and the McCarty's. I'm telling you, if you know you like, I know Steve has a CE24, so he can say how great they are that he bought. And if you ever get a chance, dude, try a DGT. I guarantee you would feel that neck and you'd be like, I gotta have it. What do I think about Biden versus Trump? What do I think? I think this is a guitar channel. And oh yeah, that's what I think about it. Looking at SGs and Les Pauls right now. It's pretty weak stock. Yeah, dude. But I could be talked into a PR. Oh! Dude, see what the used prices on DGT. The only reason I even went and got a new DGT was because the used prices were like a few hundred less than a brand new one. It was crazy. I was like, well, I'll just buy a new one and it'll have a warranty and everything with it. And that was it. I was looking at used ones, and Sweetwater just happened to get that one in. Did I find? You know what? I bought a Firebird and I returned it before they ever shipped it. Because if I buy something, I'm not a. I've never returned anything that I've ever bought. But yeah, that one I returned before they ever even shipped it. No, I pretty much determined I need to go a little bit further back, like a early 2000s Firebird would be good. Because I wanted to have the traditional Firebird headstock on it. Oh, Eric, thank you so much for the super chat, dude. Eric, if you meant to leave a comment with your super chat, please try to leave it again, and me and maybe one of the moderators could catch that. What am I playing through? I'm playing through my Axe-Fx right now. So basically like a software. It's a little bit... I wouldn't say better. It's just different than, like, if you're thinking of, like, amp software. I can't think of any off the top. Steve, what's the one that you use? That is a... it's in your computer software. This is basically it, but it's a hardware unit. So it's a... You know, it's a preamp. So you would need a power amp to use it with, like, a cabinet. But it's basically the same thing of software, but it's an outboard piece of gear. Billy Rob Baker. You know what's funny is that who is it? Billy Bob Baker could be my name. some invisible. Imagine that. Imagine having so little to do that you come and try to troll someone's live. I mean, I guess just go ahead and do it. But man, talk about not having much going on. It's different if you come and hang out and chat and just want to nerd out about guitars, but you just want to come and be negative. Seems so strange to me. I'm running a Blackstar Silverline amp and able to run Rat Gear as would love some 80s stuff. Yeah, you know, you can slave out your amp and just use the power section and just run it into your effects loop. And that's going to bypass your preamp. Because you got to think your effects loop, if you probably already know this stuff, but your effects loop sits in between, at least if I am remembering correctly. Again, there's guys who know way more than this on here. Too bad Brad's not on here. He would know. But your effects loop is in between your preamp and your power amp. So whenever you run into your preamp, you're bypassing, when you run into your effects loop, you're bypassing the preamp. And you could get something like a JMP1 or 80A MP1 or any kind of 80s preamp, and you could run it into your amp, and essentially you would slave it out, and you would bypass your preamp, and you would be only using the power section. Yes, what Steve uses is called THU, and it sounds incredible. Sounds incredible. A Gibson V, I always think they look cool, but I don't think it's practical for someone who sits most of the time now and plays. The Mustang, after watching the 5-Watt World short history on Mustangs, Mustang must be a Mustang because they look cool. I've never played a Mustang though. Favorite telly you don't own? There was a really, really nice one I played. It was a Blackguard telly that had it was basically a Keith caster, had a humbucker in the neck and a Bigsby on it. It was really cool, and I like that one a lot. I would love to own a nice custom, the double bound bodies. I was always a sucker for that. Michael Nielsen owns it's a Friedman telly, and his is double bound. I'm like, man, it looks so good. Twang it. Yeah, man. Green River. Every time I see your name, man. Single quote. Hi, Robert. For a few months, I've only listened to Metallica, Eric Johnson, and a bit of Red Hot Chili Peppers. How to stop listening... Oh, what happened? Oh, your message. You took it back. I was in the middle of reading it. Hey, Tony. I would love to play a V while sitting. Ooh, maybe. Yeah, I think the issue with the V is you got to play it in the classical position. For me, that's not like an overall issue. That's just my problem. Oh. Can't remember it now. Did I learn Argument about? No, I thought it was cool. It's a cool song for sure. No, I haven't learned any kind of like shreddy stuff in so long. That's why I have like 2 shred licks. There it was. I was like, that's not the chord I wanted. That was it. Truth Guitar Method, what up? I don't know any Django. I don't know how to keep that rhythm going and do that. It's too hard. I can't do it. Just sock. Gosh, I don't know what that is. That's some twang and captain lick there. Your Dano 59 Divine Sparkle Orange finish? Shoot, yeah. We'll end with the Dano. How about that? We'll roll out of here styling and profiling. Thought about releasing a CD. Yeah, I mean, I have like an EP and stuff, but honestly, it's so much. Look, Keith, you missed it, man. I just put the Esquire away. You missed it. I had the DGT out, gave away $1 million of your money, so hopefully you don't mind. I'll send the winner's info to you. What's really funny is the winner of the $1 million was me. So I'll send you the info here real soon, man. Cashmere? I know, yeah, I'm not tuned for it. I just love the Dan Electros have such a unique sound. If you ever want something that is just totally unique, totally original in the way that it sounds, a Dano. Man, it's so inspiring to sit there and just to have one, and you just mess around with it and you're like, obviously that's with like a rotary on it and all that kind of stuff, so you're not hearing the guitar too much. But I love that the vibe of a Dano. There's nothing like it. Forgot I'm talking, I muted it. The Danos just they're all a vibe, man. 100% vibe. Then it goes back into that, and that's just the rules. That's not even. It's nothing I can even decide. That just happens. Oh. But yeah, the Dano is the stuff, man. I do have a Rev hat on. Yeah, look at that. Cover up my nappy bedhead. But it's not a Rev hat. It's Canadian. It's a toque. Oh, you know what? This guitar is kind of like yelling for. Do I even have that set up? This is what this thing is needing. Oh yeah, look at the man. Yo, let's get swampy on it. All right, hold on. We got something here. We got something. Kind of like, yeah, you can hear the melody that wants to happen there. Actually, is that just is that that's a song? I've got 2 tickets. There we go. That's the song. Oh man, how funny. It's totally gaudy looking. Look at this thing. Over the top in every way. Yo, you better play some fancy chords if you wanna play this thing. Tremolo sounds nice. I'm not a big tremolo fan, but it sounds nice with this guitar. Play soft and slow. Yeah, because you can't... tremolo is really interesting because you can't play too much. You overload it. Like if I'm over here like going... You know, it overloads it and it just sounds like you know, muck. But if you're playing real nice and slow, it makes you kind of like think and let stuff breathe. And it's so, you know... Anyways, what do you say we end with the Strat? We'll end it. We'll end Straturday stratting it up. Unfortunately, the Strat makes me play exactly like that guitar, so I don't know how good it'll all be, but we will roll with it. And what tone is this? There we go. I think that'll be like the thing. We'll end every live stream with a Strat. Just because, well, it's Saturday. Anyways, that will that'll be it. There we go. We'll end it with sweeping, just like that. Alrighty, hey, thank you guys all so much. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I missed a super chat. BW, the dregs of a gift card to you, bro. Nice picking. Hey, BW, thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Thank you all the people who super chatted. Thank you guys all for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Have a great Easter if you guys are celebrating it. And other than that, I think I'm just bouncing out of here, guys. So have a good rest of your Saturday. Get your Strats out or whatever guitar you got and play a big old A chord for me. So I'll see you guys all later.